If you're looking for the best mouse for Overwatch, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Logitech G Pro Wireless. The Logitech G Pro Wireless totally redefined the thought that wired gaming mouse is the better option when playing FPS games like Overwatch. And seeing Shroud use this as his primary mouse is already enough proof to back this claim. So what's with the Logitech G Pro Wireless that makes it the best mouse for Overwatch? In a game like Overwatch, reaction time is everything. This makes the Logitech G Pro Wireless an even better option because, on top of having a lightning-fast input lag, it also is lighter in weight at only 8 Both of these features allow you to stay as responsive as you can. If you think the weight might put your aim at risk, you can always adjust the mouse's DPI to as low as 100 DPI or as high as up to 16,000 DPI. With that, you should at least be able to see improvements in your gameplay. Looking at the design, it's quite straightforward. It has an ambidextrous design that makes it perfect for both left and right-handed users. Logitech may have gone for simplicity on this one, but it does outperform in other areas, specifically its wireless capability. You see, the Hero 16 uses the most advanced optical sensor design for gaming. It has a lightning-fast input lag that performs way better overall. But here's the good part. It requires less power than some of their top-tier gaming mice. On average, the mouse has a 40 hours battery life. Since it's wireless, you can play longer without interruptions. Unlike other gaming mice, this only has 7 buttons, but it does feel tactile in every press. If money isn't an object, we recommend this for its clean design and outstanding overall performance. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Logitech G Pro Gaming Mouse. Alright, the main concern we have about the Logitech G Pro Gaming Mouse is that it's very similar to the plenty other Logitech gaming mouse you'd find. But because this design is very comfortable, we can't complain at all. The design is very comfortable for all types of grips. I shift between palm grip and claw grip in between game genres, and this design does feel luxurious. Since it's advertised as an esports gaming mouse, I can say that it does get the job done. It has a total of 6 customizable buttons that you can use to put you at an advantage when fighting real-time and fast-paced games. Every press does feel very clicky like a mechanical keyboard, and it's also responsive, which is vital for users playing FPS games like Overwatch. But what's under the hood is what really makes this a highly recommended gaming mice. It uses a top-tier Hero TM sensor that ensures lightning-fast response to give you the advantage of seeing real-time actions in very tight situations. Fortunately, this revised version doesn't have a stiff braided cable like the old version. Users have had problems with the previous version because of this, as it messes with your aim. But with the improved version, the mouse isn't that hard to move around since it's only slightly heavier than the Logitech G Pro Wireless at 85 grams. This is an excellent alternative if, for some reason, our top pick is too much for your set budget. The number 3 position is held by Logitech G502 Proteus Spectrum. The Logitech G502 Proteus Spectrum is a highly recommended gaming mouse if 6 or 7 buttons is not enough. In total, this is 11 buttons that you can customize to your heart's intent. If you're all about customization, then here's your stop. The G502 Proteus Spectrum is primed for users to take advantage of fully. Furthermore, they are strategically located in specific areas so users can use them to their advantage in particular situations or fights. Looking at the design, the G502 has a unique shape that may seem intimidating to beginners but actually feels ergonomically right. If you'll also look closely, the mouse has an ambidextrous design to accommodate left-handed and right-handed users. But even so, it's still inclined more towards right-handed people. Honestly, I feel like the mouse is designed for people with larger hands or palms even though it comes with weight adjustment features. But since it feels comfortable, this may not be a concern unless you are going to use it for extended periods. Another thing that people have issues with the G502 Proteus is the mouse wheel. The left and the right mouse wheel button is an excellent addition in terms of having more customization options, but it may feel a little too heavy for some users. If you think this is too heavy, then the next on the list might just be the perfect one. Next at number 4, we have Corsair Vengeance M65. If you're a fan of button customization but find the Logitech G502 Proteus spectrum too big. This might be the perfect one. You see, the Corsair Vengeance M65 has the same weight adjustment feature as the G502, but it's generally lighter with a starting weight of only 115 grams and up to 135.5 grams if you attach all the weights. Like the G502 Proteus Spectrum, this is a dedicated snipe button that may make or break your experience. As I mentioned above, this dedicated button for sniping is primarily used to aim down your sights in the game with ease. But considering how most users are used to pressing the right mouse button to aim could cause some problems. Ideally, you'd want to try this out first to see if you're comfortable with it. If not, you can always use this as a hotkey to throw a grenade or cast your ultimate in Overwatch. Nevertheless, this addition can be used for various possibilities since it's customizable in the first place. What's great about this is it uses the PixArt PM-W3360, a top-tier sensor perfect for FPS gaming like Overwatch. Your aim will feel more accurate, and even more so if you set the right DPI and attach the correct weights. So, unless you're specifically looking for a gaming mouse that can go lower or higher than that, this should still be considered a smart investment. The number 5 position is held by Razer DeathAdder Elite. The Razer DeathAdder Elite gaming mouse is an excellent option for users looking for a straightforward design, ergonomically built to offer outstanding comfort. It only weighs around 105 grams, which should be fine for most users. While it's true that it doesn't have any weight adjustment options, it already feels comfortable and light enough to move around. Looking closely at the design and the gaming mouse's material, it has a smooth finish that can perfectly accommodate palm grip users. But coming from a claw grip user, this also feels comfortable. Another thing that's great about the Razer DeathAdder Elite is that you can adjust the RGB color via Razer's proprietary software, Razer Synapse. The only concern I have with this is that you cover the RGB colors when you use it. With that, it's only helpful to mess around with it if you're going to take pictures or show it off. If you really want a gaming mouse with a super low DPI setting, this will be your best bet. The resolution of the gaming mouse can be set to as low as 100 dpi and as high as 10,000 dpi. With the help of the DPI buttons, you can easily switch whenever on the fly to maximize your aim in the heat of the battle. Now, if this is too expensive for you, then the Essential will be a viable alternative. The number 6 position is dominated by Razer DeathAdder Essential. I highly recommend the Razer DeathAdder Essential if you're looking for a budget-friendly alternative. That's because the DeathAdder Essential simply features the same build quality with the DeathAdder Elite above, but falls short in terms of what's under the hood. You see, the first notable difference you'll notice when you compare both the Razer DeathAdder Elite and the Razer DeathAdder Essential is that it does not have a DPI switch. The lack of a DPI switch explains why it only has 5 buttons instead of 7. Both feature top-tier sensors, so there shouldn't be any significant differences in that department. This is a DPI that can only go as high as 6,400 DPI, unlike the Elite, which can go up to 10,000 DPI. This is also lighter, so if you think the Elite version is just too heavy for your preference, this will be a better option. Lighting customization also isn't something you can do much on the Razer DeathAdder Essential. It does not feature an RGB lighting setup, though the green light it emits has good contrast. If you wish to make lighting adjustments, you can do so via Razer's proprietary software, Razer Synapse. Do note that you can only adjust the brightness of the green light it emits and nothing else. To wrap it up, the Razer DeathAdder Essential is a perfect alternative if you're planning to get a Razer mouse that's slightly affordable. If lighting customization and on-the-fly DPI adjustment is something that you don't need at all, then here's your stop. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Logitech G9 Tizero Chaos Spectrum. The Logitech G9 Tizero Chaos Spectrum is an older version of the G903, former title holder of the best wireless gaming mouse in the market. Now you might be wondering, wait, I don't see any G903 on the list, but it's said to be the best in the market. We purposely kicked off the G903 from the list for a particular reason. Price to performance isn't worth it. Here's why. Both the G9 Tizero and the G903 has an ambidextrous design, 11 programmable buttons, RGB lighting, 1 ms response time, 200 dpi, 12,000 dpi, and even use the same PM-W3366 sensor, a top-tiered sensor perfect for FPS games like Overwatch. Note that the Logitech G9 Tizero has a 24-hour battery lifespan, up to 40+ hours if you set the RGB light down to around 50%. That means you have more than enough time to leave it charging when you are not using it throughout the day. Honestly, I don't see any reason for anyone to get the G903 unless money isn't an object. And that's because you will pay a premium just to get the wired Logitech Power Play. It should explain why we purposely removed it from our initial list of the best mouse for Overwatch. But remember that money isn't an object. You can always get the Logitech G903 via this link. Number 8 position is held by Logitech G703. The Logitech G703 is like Logitech 903's brother from another mother. It's compatible with the Logitech G Power Play wireless charging system. But compared to the G9 and the G903, it only has 6 customizable buttons, rather than 11. If you're leaning towards going for a minimalist theme for your wireless setup, this will be a perfect candidate you should consider. Like the Razer DeathAdder Elite, it has RGB lighting that you can customize via Logitech's LightSync software. This uses the same Hero 16K sensor as our top pick, the Logitech G Pro Wireless, compared to the G9 and G903, which use the PWM3366 sensor. Quite frankly, you can barely even tell which gaming mouse uses which sensor, as they feel exactly the same. This also is significantly better than both G9 and G9 in terms of mouse resolution. That is because you can set the DPI up to 16,000 on this one. So, you might want to note that if that's something you specifically want to get. Performance-wise, they are the same overall, but they do feel different because it has a distinct, simple design. If I were to recommend at least one between the three, Logitech G9, Logitech G9, and Logitech G703, I'd say get the Logitech G703 because it's the more recent one in the market. Next at number 9, we have Benq Zowie EC2 Ergonomic Gaming Mouse. The Zowie EC2 was the best budget mouse for FPS games such as Overwatch. If you're here looking for the most affordable option to help you play competitively in Overwatch, here's your stop. It features a lightweight design at only 92 grams. Even though it lacks in the weight adjustment department, it does already put you at an advantage compared to the Zowie EC2. This offers a larger design that's great for people who find the EC2 too small for their hand size. You'll also notice that the design is perfect for right-handed users. Moreover, they can accommodate both claw and palm grip users due to its ergonomic design. Since it falls under the budget category, I can completely understand why it can only output a max DPI of 3,200. Anyone who's been playing FPS games for quite a while now should recognize this gaming mouse, as it's known by many pros to be one of the most reliable mice in the budget category. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Benq Zowie FK1. The Zowie FK1 is a great mouse for not only casual players but for Overwatch pros. Why, you may ask? Because you don't need any additional software, as everything is customizable through the mouse itself. This software-free design is perfect for traveling Overwatch players and for professionals during tournaments away from home. What else is impressive about the Zowie FK1 is its ambidextrous design. You can change between left and right side buttons depending on if you're left or right-handed, and once again, this is all done through the mouse, due to the fact that you'll be switching from one side of the mouse to the other. Despite there being 2 buttons on either side of the Zowie, you won't be able to use all 4 of them at the same time. This shouldn't be a problem when playing the game. However, it would have been nice to see some extra side buttons on the FK1. What is important when playing Overwatch is DPI, which, as you probably guessed, is also changed through the mouse. The placement of the DPI button may seem odd to players who are used to having it on the top of the mouse, just behind the scroll wheel. For those of you who like the sound of the FK1 thus far but have larger hands, you may have to claw grip this low-profile design mouse. Despite this, the build quality is great for a mouse under $60. Adding to the value, replacement grips for the underside of the mouse are provided in the box for when the ones on the mouse wear out. Bottom grips like this are also perfect for precision when making long and short distance shots in Overwatch. That's all for today. We upload product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.